8 o'clock, Sunday morning. I arrive at the home of Brad and Allison Shedd here in suburban Virginia. Outside, well-kept and quiet. Inside, well, full.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. Hi, nice to meet you. You're Steven. Hi.
I'm Olivia.
Hi, Olivia. Nice to meet you. I'm Jennifer.
You see, the Shedds have lots and lots of kids. There's Olivia, Sophia, Stephen, Ava, Susanna, little loud Laura, as she's fondly called, and baby Juliana, who just turned 1. In case you've lost count, that's 7 siblings. Mom and Dad, Brad and Allison, make 9, elbow to elbow in their 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath house. And the Shedds hope they're not done yet. They'd love and are actually trying for even more children.
Would you like some toast?
Just one piece is fine, thank you.
For the record, yes, Brad and Allison have heard of birth control. Yes, they understand the rigors of raising so many kids. And yes, this is procreation at its purest. No fertility drugs involved.
Do you want a little piece of toast? Why don't you just give him one, just small piece?
But no, they're not crazy, just quiverfull. Allison explains it this way.
Quiverfull is really a condition of the heart. It's the willingness to embrace all the children that God has designed for your family.
Ava and Susanna, when you're done, we can go on upstairs and get you ready for church. Well, I'm done.
We are building God's kingdom. That's ultimately our entire purpose for being on this earth. And the more children we have, the more children there are and more people to spread that good news.
We came to this house full of children to witness Quiverfull firsthand, a movement that right now numbers about 10,000 families in the U.S., but by its very nature is growing. The name comes from Psalm 127 in the Old Testament. Behold, children are a heritage of the Lord. Happy is the man who has his quiver full of them. Brad, a pastor by profession, takes it one step further.
And in Genesis 1, we see God creating the world and then blessing everything that he had created, and specifically blessing that first man and that first woman, saying, be fruitful and multiply and take dominion of the earth. And the mentality of a Quiverfull family says that wasn't just a suggestion, that's not just a good idea, that's a command from God.
Let's just do a little bit of humming first, so our voices aren't...
A command from God to be fruitful and multiply. Take that to the literal extreme, and you begin to get the idea. Susanna, Sophia, Laura. Born from the belief that a man and woman should be completely open to as many children as God gives them. Couples renounce all forms of birth control, including natural family planning.
There's evidence in Scripture that God opens the womb, and he does close the womb.
Quiverfull couples spread Christianity first through simple, straightforward procreation. But there's more to it than having so many kids. You have to be willing to train your children to grow up and carry the Quiverfull message forward. Training is a word the Shedds use proudly.
Stephen, I'm trusting you with that really big knife. Are you okay?
Tell me which would be the appropriate word with regard to your approach with the children. Are you raising the children? Are you training the children?
I believe the biblical word is training. Mm-hmm. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Quiverfull girls are trained to be godly wives and mothers. Boys are trained to be heads of the household and breadwinners. We see that training with Stephen. No Sunday morning video games for the Shedd's only son. The 8-year-old gets right to work helping his father load the family van for church. And we especially see it as we watch the Shedd's oldest child, Olivia. At 12, she's intent on practicing her future role as a Quiverfull mother and homemaker. Whether she's helping her sisters with their music or with their hair, she appears completely content to mother the little ones, and shows not the slightest interest in the usual preteen trappings of boys or MySpace or gossiping on the phone.
Do you ever feel like, wow, I have a lot of responsibility and I'm only 12, and yet here I am making breakfast for the younger ones, and I put them down for a nap, I help brush their teeth, I do their hair. Do you ever feel like this is a lot of responsibility for me, and I'm really a child myself?
Not really. I feel like it's a privilege to be helping my mommy. I don't feel like it's a burden or that I'm overworked. My mama is training me and my sisters to be helpmates someday for our husbands.
The Sheds are both serious and exact about training all their children in the Quiverfull way of life. The details are written clearly on this color-coded family calendar pinned to the fridge.